And welcome back to the morning show. Gail Moscato with us. Gail, good morning, dear.
Good morning.
First time on the show?
No, second time.
Is it?
It's my second.
For crying out loud.
It's been a while, though.
It has been a while, yeah.
So we're so grateful to be here today.
Yeah, we've got a little friend with us here today. As a matter of fact, who is this?
This is Freedom.
Okay. Now, the story that I've been seeing on, and it breaks my heart, and I feel so sad for the guy, but someone abandoned him, left him tied or chained to a tree?
Yes. He was found last February, chained to a tree in the Mojave Valley area of Arizona here. And a woman found him. Took several hours to get him off chain, obviously, because he was afraid. She got him into her car, and she took him immediately to a vet in the Bullhead City area.
Right. Sam, can you get that picture? Oh, there he is.
Who cared for him for several weeks. Dehydration, malnutrition, parasites, roundworms. He had everything. So he stayed there, and then he was neutered, vaccinated, and she called our organization SAINT, saying she could not keep the dog and needed help. So we thought, as an organization, the best thing to do would be to get him to a trainer to socialize him, because
it was pretty rough.
Yeah, because he had defended himself for so long, we didn't know how he would react with others, people, dogs. So he went out to first class dog training in Golden Valley, which was W.C. Allen, and he boarded there and worked with him for several weeks. He is a very sweet dog. I'm surprised sometimes how sweet he is after what he's been through.
What a tragic story. Looks very mellow at this point.
He's a very mellow dog. I can't see any real problems with him. Obviously, he has some battle wounds that you can see. The ears have both been scarred. His mouth has a big scar on it and things like that. But other than that, this is a very loving dog, and we've had him a year, and it is my quest this year to find him a loving, wonderful home. He certainly is deserving.
Let's talk a little bit about SAINT. What does SAINT stand for? I know it's an acronym.
SAINT is Saving Animals in Need Together. It was founded in 2009 by a group of people that wanted to help improve the lives of animals in our area. Okay. We found no other organization like it at the time, and still don't, truly. Since we began in 2009, we've issued 600 low-cost spay and neuter vouchers, and we have adopted out in 2.5 years 125 animals.
Really?
And only 2.5, because we didn't start the rescue program until about 2.5 years ago, so that's relatively new to us. So that's pretty good for a small organization.
I guess so.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
What a sweetheart. Yeah, you know I'm talking about you, huh?
Huh.
How old do you figure he is?
They figure him to be about 6 years old, and possibly maybe a hound mix, possibly, something like that, a hound.
Yeah. Were the owners ever tracked down and killed?
No. We wish they were, huh? We wish they were. They abandoned him there.
I would love to tie them to a tree.
We don't even know, did he ever live in a home? Did they keep the dog out there the whole time? I mean, maybe that was the way they had the dog live. We don't know. But they certainly had left an old... When she found him, there was a very old, like, tin kind of a pan where possibly some food, when they did move away, was left there. But obviously, over time, the food and whatever was there was gone. I mean, it had been gone for quite some time. So I think his story, and I think it's the saddest of all, is not unique sometimes. We find this happening a lot throughout this country, where people are just moving, and I guess they just pray someone finds the dog. I'm not really sure. But yeah, his story is...
Now we're looking at some pictures here, Gail.
Yes, that is where he was found. And that was the dish. That was obviously empty and stuff, but this is where Freedom was chained to. Obviously to defend himself and things like that, because in that area, probably a lot of coyotes and things going by.
Sure.
So I'm sure he had a lot of predators and things he had to ward off and things like that.
Surprisingly, for a 6-year-old dog, his teeth look very good.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Yeah.
No tartar buildup that I can see.
So good, honey.
Sweet, sweet dog. My goodness. How sad. It's beyond my understanding how anybody can treat an animal
How
like
did you
that.
go to bed that night knowing that wherever you went off to, you have left an animal chained to not even be able to get away or anything. I mean, I don't know. I find that hard to believe myself, Bruce. I really, truly do.
Well, we can only hope there's a special place in hell for people like that.
I hope so.
You-
And I
you
think
both
they're going to
feel the
meet
same.
somebody sooner or later, and they're going to
Yeah.
have to answer for it truthfully, you
you're
know,
right.
and stuff. So,
You're right.
but he sure was a lucky dog that lady came along and took the time and the patience, the several hours to gain the trust of the dog.
Hey, what I've got to do is take a 5-day weather break here, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
not
But
at all.
let's go ahead, if we can, Sam, and take a look at our 5-day weather forecast brought to you by Perkins Restaurant Bakery. And don't forget, you've got a great stakeout. Yeah, I said it. Great stakeout. It says here, think of it like must-see TV for your mouth. Available for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's only for limited times, so you need to get down to Perkins today. And, oh, that looks good. Weather looks something like this, Sammy.
All right, around the region today, we're expecting high temperatures of 66 degrees in Las Vegas, 51 in Flagstaff, 77 in Phoenix, 68 in rain in San Diego, 69 partly cloudy skies in Los Angeles, 70 degrees here in Laughlin and Bullhead City. Going to get cloudier as the day goes along. Winds out of the north at 16 miles an hour, so clouds and wind, and a high temperature today of 70 degrees, 57 for an overnight low tonight. Rain possible tomorrow and on Saturday. Yeah, one of those ways to start a weekend. 65 for a high tomorrow, 53 for an overnight low tomorrow night. 64 for a high on Saturday, winds out of the north at 18 miles an hour, and a low Saturday night of 52 degrees. Sun returns on Sunday, 70 for a high, great time for a Super Bowl party, 52 for an overnight low, 74 the expected high on Monday, and your overnight low 52 Monday night.
And again, brought to you by Perkins Restaurant and Bakery, right across from Mojave High School on Highway 95. Stop by today. Oh, and check out their bakery. Look at that. Sam, quit showing me that food. It's getting awfully close to lunch. Clunch. Anyway, you've been in town a long time.
I've been in town about 40 years.
'Cause I remember you were one of the first people we met, I think, coming into town.
Yeah, so at the store, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here, grew up here in this area, went to school and graduated Mojave High School.
Now, you've always been a friend to four-legged animals. I mean, as far as back as I can remember.
For a long time, I
Yeah.
have always felt that is where my passion lies. It's somewhere where I feel I can really make a difference. I am kind of one of those always for the underdog, that
Sure.
this is something that can't speak for itself and requires us to care for it. It's no different than, I think, children, you're elderly, you're handicapped. These are all that need someone to help them, whether it's converse, whether it's physically, whatever it is, for their care, their food. I think they need champions, you know.
Well, the old saying goes, lock your wife and your dog in the trunk for a couple hours and see which one's happiest to see you when you let them out, right?
That's a good one.
Gotta be the dog.
That's going to be the dog.
Gotta be the dog.
That's going to be the
Yeah.
dog, definitely.
Dog ain't gonna come out swinging, trust me. Well, now, and I don't mind giving the, because you are such a defender of these pets, I don't mind telling anybody that you're Don Williams Jewelers.
Yes, I've been the owner of Don Williams Jewelers. I've been there a little over 31 years
Good
at
grief.
this store. It's been a long time. It has, unbelievably, sometimes when I sit and look at the time that's gone by.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and the changes.
Yeah,
Huge changes to our area. Huge.
there have been. There have
Yeah.
been many. There
Yep.
have been many.
Yep.
So now, Saints, you do some fundraising.
We do. We have a big event coming up Sunday for Super Bowl
Okay.
at Mojave Steakhouse.
Okay.
They are so kind there to have us there from 4 to 7. Aaron's is bringing in a large screen TV so you can watch the game, have some drinks, have some food, and help an organization besides.
Excellent.
I think that is the greatest of things, but we'll be there from 4 to 7 at Mojave Steakhouse.
Okay. Now, how many pets do you have like this guy?
Right now, we brought Saturday to PetSmart. We just had an adoption event. We brought 8 dogs with us at that event. And we were very, very lucky. Despite the wind, we were able to get at least, I believe, 3 dogs have found new homes from that event.
Great. Great.
So that's it. I think one of the other sad things that you realize when you work with this type of a thing is the small, cute, little furry dogs go first. I mean, that's what got adopted, but our bigger dogs, such as Freedom, Jezebel, who's a shepherd mix, beautiful dog, we've had her 2 years, are the ones that get looked over many, many times.
Boy, I'm seeing, and you know we do Pet Watch here weekly,
Yes.
about 3 times. But boy, I sure noticed there's 2 breeds of dogs that just seem constant. One is the
Chihuahuas
pit bull, and the other is a Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas and the pits. Both very difficult breeds in different ways. The Chihuahua is a very difficult dog.
Yeah.
Even though very small, takes special people. It's a difficult dog, usually a very dominant dog and things. And
Yappy.
Yeah, they are, truly. And the pit sometimes gets a bad rap, but what's unfortunate is the pits that end up in your shelters and things usually have not had a good home life prior. They have not been raised properly, because they can be very social, very wonderful dogs. We've certainly had them, me and my husband, but if they aren't treated and socialized correctly, there can be problems with that. That's a strong breed, you know, that's
Yeah.
a muscle dog.
Yes.
You know,
Lynn
so
raised those, and she tells me all about them, because I was, you know, every time I'd hear about one, I'd say something. She says, honey, let me tell you. And they're not the dog that people think, but it doesn't take much to tip them either.
No, and when you constantly bait it, treat it in a certain way, and don't socialize the dog with other dogs, it doesn't know how to react, and that's
Yeah.
the stories that you hear of, unfortunately.
It really is.
Yeah.
And not enough people spaying and neutering their pets.
Oh,
It
gosh.
just doesn't seem that.
Because we could stop all of this euthanizing. We euthanize in this country 2.7 million dogs and cats a year. So
Good
one
Lord.
every 11 seconds is dying just because of being homeless. These are healthy, adoptable ones. I'm not talking about sick dogs or aggressive or anything. Healthy, wonderful, beautiful animals.
Is that right?
So one every 11 seconds is dying. So if you could spay and neuter, most of these are unwanted litters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you keep having, they don't know what to do with them, so they keep dumping
Yeah.
them at the shelters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, back in my day, my mother, we had our collies. Oh, we'll let her have one litter. You know, it's because it'd be good for Bruce to see.
right.
This is
Right.
something I don't need to see. Sorry.
Right. That's just a total old wives' tale.
It
I
is.
think we think
It
about it.
absolutely is. So
Yeah.
she had 8 collie puppies. Took us not long to get rid of my collie pups. Are just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But still, everybody thinks like that, and the same with cats. Oh, I'll let them have one litter. No.
Yeah. And
No,
cats
because-
so prolific. Oh
Absolutely.
my! I never realized till I did this, because we mostly grew up with dogs growing up in my home. So cats was something, the felines, I just didn't have a lot of information, but I never knew that they could
Yeah.
have a litter and turn around and just get pregnant that same day.
Oh, absolutely.
I never even realized. And how many
And
cats
we've got
really
such
get a bad rap.
Feral cat problem
Terrible.
right now. It is
Terrible.
horrible.
They really need to get a really organized TNR, trap, neuter, and release, some organization to come here and really do it the right way and take care of some of these ferals and start fixing them and tipping their ears and things. Yeah.
Because I know that there's, I know some people in Bullhead City, or I know one person that traps them, takes them down.
They do, and they have them fixed, and they
Yes, and they
enter them back
put 'em
into their
back out.
colonies.
But, you know, one person isn't going to win the war.
No, it needs a real good organization to come down. They did start one in Kingman. I think they did their first trap, neuter, and release around the courthouse there, because they had a terrible problem. And I can't remember how many traps they set. It was an extraordinary amount, and they are thinking about going to other areas. Now, whether they come to the Bullhead City area, I'm not sure, but someone has began finally a program of TNR.
Wow. That'd be good, because both sides of the river needs it. I mean,
Oh,
we've
and look
got-
at the river wall, where down by the casinos, I hear it's just terrible with the
I've heard that.
ferals.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's very
And they
sad.
say even worse than that are the raccoons that come down there.
Yeah, I
And
imagine.
terrorize the cats.
I imagine, especially the kittens, probably
Yeah,
eating
yeah.
some of the kittens.
So, yeah,
Vicious
it's a
cycle
battle.
sometimes.
And
It's a battle.
it's like putting kibbles out on your patio. If your dogs ain't going to eat it, the pigeons will. I mean, you draw more and more in to the area.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and
you
you
do.
get all kinds
Yep.
of animals that prey on pigeons. And
Yep. Yep. You can only just do one day at a time and just keep going.
928-704-0800.
Yes.
If you're interested in adopting this guy at all, and we do hope that you do, obviously he's a sweet. He's laying right here, just nice and comfortable. Been through hell and back, and love the horns.
I know. I put those on for Halloween. Did you love it? It's so cute. Huh? That was his Halloween costume.
Give Gail a call, 704-0800, and if you got a few extra bucks, throw it towards Saint. It would be very helpful, because they do a lot of great things for the animals. Gail, I can't thank you enough for
I
coming
can't
on
thank
here.
you enough for what you do to help our organization.
No
I
problem.
can't thank you guys.
My pleasure. My pleasure.